Welcome, and thank you for coming tonight to hear about the Crestwood Area Redistricting Study. My name is Elizabeth Passerb, and I'm the Supervisor of Facilities Planning. And also with me tonight is Amber Millicent, who is our Planning Data and GIS Analyst. The purpose of this redistricting study is to adjust the middle school attendance boundaries in the Crestwood area to balance enrollments across the middle schools. This redistricting is taking advantage of an addition to Crestwood Middle School that is currently under construction and will add about 300 seats. This additional space gives us an opportunity at this time to balance the middle school enrollments in this area of the county. Elementary and high school boundaries will be adjusted only as necessary to preserve feeder patterns. The middle schools included in the study area are Ballinger Creek, Crestwood, Monocacy, West Frederick, and the portion of Governor Thomas Johnson Middle School that is west of the Monocacy River. The elementary schools included in the study are Ballinger Creek, Butterfly Ridge, Carroll Manor, Hillcrest, the portion of Lewistown that is in the Monocacy Middle School feeder, Lincoln, Monocacy, North Frederick, Orchard Grove, Parkway, the portion of Spring Ridge that is west of the Monocacy River, Tuscarora, Waverly, Whittier, and Yellow Springs. And finally, the high schools included in the study area are Frederick, Tuscarora, and Governor Thomas Johnson High School that is west of the Monocacy River. So this is a picture of the study area. The highlighted yellow is the portion of the county that is within the study area. I know this looks very large, but we are not stating that the entire attendance area will be revised, only that they all be considered as part of the study. So I'd like to go over the schedule now with you. The Board of Ed approved the scope of work and study area that I just described to you back in October. FCPS staff has been collecting and analyzing data since December. And during the month of April, FCPS staff, including facilities planning, curriculum, fiscal services, transportation, and public affairs, will be evaluating a variety of options and preparing a recommendation. The recommendation will then be presented to the Board of Education at their May 3rd board meeting. Public comments will be accepted at that meeting. Additional community meetings will be held over the month of May to present the recommended attendance boundary changes and to gather community comments. The Board of Education will hold a public hearing in August when school is again in session, and the board is scheduled to make a decision on the recommended boundary changes at their September 2023 regular meeting. This new attendance boundary, though, will not go into effect until the following school year in August of 2024. And now I'd like to turn it over to Amber, who's going to describe the planning blocks. So all of our redistrictings begin with the creation of planning blocks, and Amber is going to talk to you about how we create those blocks and how you can find out which planning block you live in.
Okay, so we create planning blocks in order to keep neighborhoods together and provide clarity on where boundary changes are drawn. These blocks are based on property boundaries to ensure that no property is split between two planning blocks or two attendance areas. So we assign a unique to each planning block, which allows you to identify the block in which you live in and keep track of that block throughout the study. And we have this map available on our redistricting webpage that you can view. So this shows the entire study area, and as you zoom in, you can start to zoom into your neighborhood and identify which planning block you live in. So since it is a large file, it may take a few moments to load, but once you zoom in, you can kind of see, find the street on which you live in. So for example, if you lived on Wittenberg Drive, you can see that you're within planning block 20. If you lived on Ricketts Road, you can see that you're in planning block 28. So Some of the planning blocks in the more dense areas of the county are smaller just because there are a larger number of students. And we try to keep these blocks small enough so that there's a manageable number of students when we're considering moving one planning block to a new attendance area. And this map is available on our webpage at www.fcps.org/capital-program/Crestwood. So you can take a look there and identify your planning block. If you have trouble finding your planning block, you can call me, Amber Millison, at 301-644-5024. All right. FCPS has developed a robust community engagement plan for the Crestwood area redistricting study. As I previously mentioned, we've created a web page that can be found at the web address you can see on your screen. We will also have a link to all of the videos of community engagement meetings as well as Board of Education meetings, which will be available in both English and Spanish. And then if you have any questions or comments throughout the redistricting process, you can email us at crestwoodredistricting@fcps.org. Other aspects of our community engagement plan include information in family newsletters and Find Out First notifications. We will be making an interactive map online, which will show you the proposed changes where you can enter your address and then a pop-up box will show up telling you if you change schools and what that change would be, if there are any. We'll have a frequently asked questions page, so as questions come in, we will provide answers that come up throughout the process. So we will use all forms of social media to keep the community informed. We will have Spanish and ASL translators available at all of our community meetings as well. So if you have any questions, like I said, you can email us at crestwoodredistricting.org or visit our project webpage for commonly asked questions.
Thank you.